Hey everyone, and welcome to a cozy long play. Today we're going to explore a brand new world and build a fantasy-style house. So come along for a fun and relaxing adventure with lots of yapping. Alright, so our adventure begins on a sandy shore in a classic forest. Ooh, and there's turtles. So the first thing we should probably do is go on over and punch a tree, because we need to collect our basic resources like a crafting table. So with all of this wood, we're going to turn this into planks, make ourselves the crafting table, pop that down, and let's make some sticks. So I'm just going to make a pickaxe and an axe, and hopefully I can upgrade everything sooner rather than later, because working with wooden tools, of course, is just the worst. I like to just have these two just in case I need to do some combat, and of course gather up the stone that we need to upgrade the tools. So now that we've got these two things figured out, I say we go and explore and see if we can find a cave or just like any type of stone anywhere. Ooh, sheep? Okay. Even more sheep. Okay, this is good. Typically what I like to do with these long plays is spend the first night in the caves, but there's no guarantee that I'm gonna find one. So it's good to know that if we need to, we have sheep close by so we can make a bed. Oh, is that stone up there? Yes, it is. Perfect. This makes our lives so much easier. All right, so I'm just gonna grab this stone really quickly and upgrade my tools. We barely touched the axe and the pickaxe, but hey, I would consider that a win. It pretty much just means we didn't have to suffer through using them. So this should be more than enough stone to craft up all the things we need. So let's start off with all of our tools. We need a pickaxe, an axe, a shovel, and I would say it would probably be worthwhile to make a sword just in case. You never know with these pesky mobs. Now that we've got these tools, let's go off and explore. So since we're in survival, there's a couple early game things that we need to consider. So we're gonna have to worry about food, maybe some gear to fend off the mobs if we have to. But I think more importantly, we need some beginning resources. Usually what I like to do is kind of like dip into a cave to try and gather up a bunch of coal and iron. So if we could find one around here. Okay. This one doesn't look like it goes down too far though. I don't know. Let's see. Whoa! Lots of cows around here too. That'll be good for food. Now let's see. Is it risky going down into these caves though? Because I feel like if we could gather up a little bit of coal and iron, that might put us in a good position, especially because then we could gather up torches, some iron for shears, that way we could make a bed, and most importantly, we'll be in the caves at night while the mobs are out. Oh, hit some water. Actually, this is a good thing for me. Made myself a little water elevator. Would you look at that? All right, this cave doesn't seem too big. However, we do have some coal and some iron. So that's good. Right off the bat, one piece of coal. I am absolutely making myself some torches. Because, yeah. I'm not going through here without the light. Okay, we got some more iron. That's good. That's good. This looks kind of promising, actually. Let's scoop all of this up. We got a dead end here. And if we go up to this part of the cave, another dead end. All right. Not amazing, but honestly, at least we're getting some basics here. So while we're scooping up all of this coal, we should probably talk about what we're actually building today. So my idea was a fantasy-style house. Now, that could mean like 100 things because there's so many different styles of like fantasy theme. You know what I mean? But my idea was mostly surrounded by like the roof type. Fantasy style houses, especially like elven ones, typically have those like swirly rooftops where at the tip of the roof, or like the points, the ends of the roof, they basically like swirl up or down. So I kind of wanted to challenge myself to that style of roof today because I haven't really built in that style ever. Now, in terms of palette, I think it kind of depends on what we find today. Fantasy style, I would say, can pretty much go any way. Could use amethyst, that's very magical. It can also be very elven themed, where there's like lots of moss and birch and all of that stuff. So I think it just kind of depends on what we find and what we're vibing with. You know, there's actually surprisingly quite a bit of coal around here. This is good because this could keep us pretty well stocked for most of the build. All right, what's over here though? Oh, more coal? All right. Listen, if I see coal, I've got to take it. Veins of coal can feel like they go on forever, but honestly, it's totally worth it. We're gonna have to make a lot of things like torches, lanterns, of course. You know, I love to decorate with lanterns, and also fuel. So we might as well grab up as much as we can. All right, what's over here though? This looks kind of sketchy, but it could possibly lead to more stuff. Should we do it? Should we do it? You know what? I want to grab more iron because I only have like 8 pieces. I say we risk it. Okay, wait. Before we go down though, I have a big brain move. How about we craft a furnace, smelt up some iron, just a little bit, and what if we make a water bucket, well, a bucket, so we can scoop up some water, and then we'll have a water elevator. That way I'm not digging all the way down forever. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right, we've got 3 iron cooked up, ready to go. Let's get this bucket. And let's go on over here. Swim up really quickly. And can I scoop this up? Oh, yes I can. Look at that. Perfect. So, I'm just gonna drop it, I guess, right around here. And we'll just let that water fall. Should go all the way down. Maybe it's even gonna hit that lava. Maybe not. Let's see. Is it gonna go? I think it just stopped right before. Oh, nope. It hit that lava. Let's go. And maybe what we'll do since we have all of this stuff ready is I'm gonna make some shears just in case because I really want to shear some sheep later. And I think I'm gonna make myself an iron pick. And I think that's all the iron that we have actually. So that works out. All right. Let's break this in case we need it when we're down further into the caves. And it is nighttime right now, which is good to know. So we might as well just spend as much time as we can down here. Whoa, what was that? Oh, it's just the reflection. I was like, whoa, there's another lava pit over there. It's not. There is not. All right, how's the bottom of this cave looking? Let's see. What do we got? Got little creeper toes. Little bits of iron. Okay, this is looking pretty promising, actually. So, I think we should probably just explore, gather up as much, like, iron and stuff as we can. And I think by morning we should probably leave, because I'd like to scope out an area so we can start collecting resources, building. We still need building materials, so we can't forget that. Right now, let's just hunt around, for some coal and iron. This creeper's desperately trying to get to me. He can't swim past it, poor guy. Oh, he might make it, actually. Nope, he's just twirling. All right, we're gonna have to, you know what? Maybe I'll mine this way, just in case, because I'm a little scared of him. Ooh, there's lapis. Okay, got another creeper. No sweat. Just let him, yep. Just let him go, honestly. It's not worth it. Scoop up some more iron. Oh, there goes our stone pick, which is totally cool because we've got our iron pick now. I'm gonna grab this lapis even though I don't think I'm gonna be needing it. But you know what? It gives us a little bit of XP and it's just nice, you know? All right. What's off this way? I think it's a dead end. So maybe let's go back somewhere this way and see what we got. Oh, I can't believe I grabbed that. I thought it was actually gonna fall into the lava. Perfect. All right, the creeper actually, oh, no, there he is. I was like, he's gone. Now I don't have eyes on him. I'm scared. I think we're good though. So let's get rid of this dude. Got our first advancement for monster hunting. Let's go. And what's around here? I hear another skeleton as well. Yeah, we'll just let him go. Uh-oh. That brought down my food. That's not good. That is actually not good at all. We are gonna have to consider our food as well, because if our food's down, then our health is gonna deplete more. So we need to be a little bit careful about that. Oh, I lost my torches. I'm scared. Okay, there we go. Just gonna run in this circle, see what's around here. Looks like it just leads back. And let's just finish grabbing up this iron. I think we might have to get out of here soon. All right, whoa. Lots of coal. Lots and lots of coal. I can't not grab the coal. We're gonna need it, you know? I get so easily distracted in caves. I honestly love caving, though. I find it, like, as long as... Oh, see? Even, like, a little speck made me afraid that it was a creeper. As long as you're not too afraid, though, caving can be really fun. But my hunger is depleting, and I am a little bit worried of mobs sneaking up on me, so I think we gotta make the decision to get out of here, unfortunately. I didn't want to do it so soon, but hey. Sometimes you gotta make those choices. Let's grab this little piece first, though, and then... Yeah, I think that's pretty much anything that's, like, within easy access that we can grab. I think we gotta go. All right, let's go up our little water elevator. This was actually a pretty good idea. Ooh, more iron. If only I can get to it. Come on, there we go. Grab this really quickly. And I think we should probably get out now. Ah! Oh no! That's a nightmare! What do I do? He's right at the top! Oh no! This couldn't have been any worse. This is such bad luck. He's right at my exit. I'm just gonna have to keep floating up to take him out. Oh no, he's following me. He's following me. Oh no! Where'd he go? Oh, he's... Oh. There he goes. Okay, you know what? I don't know if he can swim up, so I'm just gonna go back up. See you later, sucker. That was so funny. I think this is a sign that we need to get out of here, though. Things are getting a little bit dicey. What I do want to do, though, since it's still nighttime, is go find some of those sheep so we can shear them. Because I don't want to be running around too much at night here. We're gonna get this, the shears ready in our hotbar, though. Okay, there's a chicken. Need to find... Oh! Oh! That scared me. It's just a dog. We need to find sheep, though. Okay, here's skeleton bones rattling. That's not good. I'm just gonna pick up my pace a little bit, you know? I don't... Ah! Uh-oh. I heard that. Wow, what a peaceful and relaxing night we're having. This is incredible. Oh no. There were so many sheep earlier, I just don't know where they went, because I'm a little bit disoriented right now. At least I'm safe in this water for now. I guess we didn't need the sheep anyway, because it is daylight now. I had no luck finding them. That was wild. So I think now that we don't really need to worry about a bed, we should probably worry about other things such as food. I think what I'm gonna do is go into this river here and grab some fish. Salmon will definitely hold us over until we get some cows and stuff. All right. I'm gonna place my crafting table here. And I think what I'm gonna do is probably actually place down the furnace. We're gonna cook up some of this fish and then just keep grabbing food, because that's what we desperately need right now. Otherwise, we might be in a little bit of trouble if we don't sort out our hearts. All right, we're gonna swap this for this, and let's finally eat. Whew, that was getting close. All right, food, mostly sorted. Well, at least for like a little while. I think what we should do now after these last few salmon cook is go off and explore. So I mentioned I wanted to build a fantasy house today, and birch would be a really great choice. I mean, there's tons around here, but of course I would like some spruce and maybe some moss if we could find some. Birch and moss look really, really good together. I used a similar palette when I was on the guild, and the builds for it turned out so nice. It kind of turned out to be like a little Nordic village. It was really cool. All right, I think I'm gonna make myself a boat because I'd like to explore a little bit further to see what else is around. We've got a couple of survival essentials ticked off the list, so now I'd like to focus on getting some building essentials. So I think I'm actually gonna go in the direction of this dark oak. Taigas usually tend to border this biome, so I think we have a better chance of running into spruce if we go this way. Oh, sheep! Finally! Yes! Amazing. Okay, just one wool, not ideal, but there's gotta be more of you, huh? Oh, azalea tree. That means there's lush cave around here too. All right, now we're cooking. We're absolutely cooking. Where's the other sheep? I hear you. Where are your friends? Eat the grass. What is up with this dude? He is not munching on grass. Come on. I feel so silly just waiting around, but at the same time, I really want a bed so I can sleep. Oh, he's back. Let's go. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we got our 3 wool, which means we can make ourselves a bed. That is simply all I ever wanted. I feel so much better knowing we have this now. All right, now that we've got that, let's just keep exploring. All right, so there's lots of birch and dark oak forest around, which is good, because I think maybe I'd like to build in the birch forest. So we'll have to remember this area. However, I just need to find some spruce. Pretty much all I want to do is start gathering up a couple of like saplings and materials that we could use, and then we could find a spot to build. Oh, I just hit a fish. I don't think I've ever done that in this game before. That was really weird. The sun do be setting, so I'm gonna have to sleep soon. Taiga trees. I know that shape. I know that shape. Saw it immediately. Just like the little pointy hat on top, and I was like, pff, we're good. We are absolutely good. All right, let's dock right around here. I'm gonna sleep because I just don't want to deal with any type of mobs whatsoever. Set that spawn point, start chopping down some trees, and we are good to go. Honestly, whatever we can collect for wood, that's great, but what I'm really looking for here is the saplings. Because then wherever we base up, we could just use some giant taiga trees and pretty much farm it from there. All right, we've got a fresh new morning, so I think I'm gonna gather up as many saplings as I can. So while we're chopping some wood, I feel like I haven't even chatted about like life and stuff lately. So right now while I'm recording this, we are in fall. The weather pretty much just turned to cold weather, and it's been, you know what? It's been great. I love the cold weather. I love bundling up in a sweater. I love drinking hot chocolate, having a nice warm coffee on a walk. It's been crispy, so I'm not really complaining. The one thing is it's very, very cold in the mornings, but honestly, as long as I bundle up for my morning walks, I'm good. So I've really been enjoying it. We've been doing tons of walks lately, and it's been so nice watching the leaves change, although it doesn't really feel slow in a way. Kind of just feels like it happened overnight. Suddenly they're all like vibrant red and orange. It is so beautiful though. Since it's October now, we've also been watching tons of scary movies, although we may have overdone it a little bit with all of those. I think I'm gonna need a little bit of a break, at least for this weekend, because I'm not even kidding. I went to bed so scared the other night, so I think I just need to sprinkle in some cozy fall stuff in between. You know, some Hocus Pocus, Practical Magic, all of those ones. And of course, if any of you want to share in the comments what sort of fall movies you really love watching, scary movies, even fall activities, what you like to do during this season, please feel free to share all of that. Like I said, this is one of my favorite seasons, so I'd like to hear what all of you love about it as well. Have I gotten enough saplings while we've been yapping? Oh, there's one more here. 18. I think that's more than enough. I really just wanted enough to make like 4 giant taiga trees if we need them. So I think we've got plenty. All right, all is well because we got our spruce. So I think what we should do next is probably pick out a spot to live. Now, I had mentioned that I wanted to be in the birch forest, and it seems like we've got quite a bit of this around us. So let's check out this area over here. Oh wait, should I get my boat? I probably should. Whee! Oh, hello buddy, how do you do? Alright, a lot of this seems to be like river and lakes, so let's just boat around and see what we can find. Got like a little birch island over here with some regular forest. This is pretty cute. We don't need too much space. I honestly don't typically build that big of builds, so pretty much we can build anywhere. I don't think I really want rough terrain either, so I think hills and mountains are probably out of the question. We've got lots of flat birch over here, which looks nice. All right, let's take a look in this area. What do we got? Oh, so now there's sheep, huh? After I was looking for them for so long. Okay, we've got like a little lake area over here. This could be kind of cute, actually. Could have like a little house maybe up in here that goes down into like a little lake. Could maybe decorate this if we have time as well. What does the terrain look like over here, though? Honestly, not bad. We could probably do with shaving off this piece right here, just to give ourselves a little bit more flat space to work with, but this is not bad at all. It's kind of between this spot and that little island that I saw over there with the forest. I feel like this might work better for a fantasy house, though. It's more nestled in the thick of the woods. This little lake is like super cozy. Yeah, I feel like I like this spot. All right, so with that settled, let's put down our bed. Set our spawn just in case. Put down our crafting table. Our furnace. And I think what I'm going to do right away is make a chest and put some of our valuables in it. That way, if anything ever happens, then we don't have to go find all of our stuff in the middle of nowhere. We've just got it all snug in this chest. Perfect. All right, so with a spot all picked out, I say we spend the rest of the day kind of fixing up our new home. So we'll begin by chopping down some trees and probably flattening out some of this terrain. It's also super handy that we're building in the birch forest because I think I am going to use birch for the build. Birch, diorite, and polished diorite go really well together for walls. And also, if we can find calcite, that would look really nice too. That just depends if we get lucky finding a geode or not. Which we might, who knows? We've got to crawl through some caves later for some moss, so we might end up finding one. Oh, finally broke that axe. Oh, I almost forgot. I should probably be cooking up some of this iron too. Where'd it go? There it is. And let's pop in some of our coal as well. And I guess in the meantime, I'm probably just going to keep with some stone axes just in case. I think I'll start utilizing my iron more when we find more. So until we find that lush cave, I think I'm going to stick with stone for the most part. All right, we got some fresh tools, so let's keep chopping. night is going to fall soon, so before I forget, let's lay down some torches as well, just to help mitigate some of the mob spawning, because that's definitely the last thing we want. We don't want any creepers roaming around, wrecking our builds and all of that stuff. So I'm going to torch things up just to be a little bit on the safe side. Perfect. Alright, I made this place as safe as can be, but I still don't want those mobs to spawn, so how about we head to bed? Alright, we've got a fresh new morning, and I would say we start the day by chopping down a couple trees and probably terraforming this space. Once we're done all of that, I'd like to go exploring for some more resources, but I just want to get this space set up. So I'm going to start things off by chipping away at this patch right here, just to flatten this space off a bit more. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty brutal chipping away at this with a stone shovel. I'm kind of tempted to make the iron shovel, but at the same time, those things deplete so fast, they break in an instant, so I'm like, is it really worth it? Honestly, we also have all the time in the world, so I think I'm just gonna vibe. Alright, we're nearly done. 4 squares left, and that's it! Nice. Okay, I feel like this is probably a good amount of space for our build. Probably just have to chop down a couple more trees here and there, but I think this is perfect. Except, what's going on here? Did I forget a piece of wood somewhere? Oh, I totally did. Floating tree. I think this is when my axe broke, and then I just forgot to chop down the rest, which is so classic of me. Alright, terrain flattened. We still also have a good amount of daylight left, so I think I'm going to spend some more time chopping down trees. We have enough space for the build now, but I just want to make sure we have some extra room around the build so it's not covered by dense forest. Alrighty, let's stash some of this stuff away in our chest. And let's check up on all this iron. Wow, we got lots of iron now, so that's perfect. I'm wondering, do I make some armor with it? Or should I just save it for tools and also lanterns? I feel like the better bet is probably saving it for tools and lanterns. I've got to be honest, when we go into the caves, I'm probably just going to try to be as careful as possible. So I don't think we're going to be doing that much combat. So I think it's probably wise to save it for something else. At least until we get some more. Also, I like how I'm like, I don't need armor, when in reality, honestly, I probably do. Anything can happen in caves, especially with creepers, you never know. But you know what? I'd rather use it on all the decorative stuff. That's all I want to do. Alright, I'm gonna need another axe. Oh wait, I already have one made. Amazing. And I should probably eat a little bit. Speaking of food though, what we should probably do tonight as well is cook a little bit more up so we're ready for our adventure tomorrow. If we have all that stuff ready, then we don't necessarily have to worry about it when we're on the adventure. We know we're stocked for our food, we've got plenty of resources, and then we're just good to go. Alright, I'm just gonna chop down a couple more trees here, and then I think for the rest of the day what we'll do is hopefully catch some salmon in this lake. Does this have any fish? Maybe? Maybe not? We'll have to take a look. If not, we might have to go over to the river nearby, but that's really close and super easy for us. All right, a couple extra trees have been chopped, and I think this is perfect. There's a lot more breathing room in this area, and I don't feel as enclosed as I did before. So let's stash all of this stuff away for now, and I think what I've got to do for the rest of the day is get some food ready. So first things first, do we have fish in here? And nope. No fish at all. Alright, that's okay. As I think we've got a river pretty close by over here. Just have to go past this pool of lava. And then, yeah, we've got our river. Perfect. All right, it's a little bit shallow here, but some fish should probably start popping up sooner than later. Ah, here we go. Tons and tons of salmon around here. Perfect. Salmon and cod are always the thing I gravitate towards when I'm doing early game stuff. It's just super easy to collect even without a fishing rod. You can just hop into the water quickly, use a sword or an axe, whatever you like, and you can gather up quite a bit. The best part is salmon and cod easily respawn, so you never have to worry about running low. Plus, they're also only like one hit. Alright, we've got a decent amount so far, and I think I'm just going to collect a couple more to get to 20. The more we can get, the better, because then we can adventure for longer if we need to. Alright, nice. I think this should be good. Think I'd like to get back to my bed now, because it's nighttime, and I probably spawned a couple of mobs. Alright, it's been nighttime for a while, so things could be a little bit dicey around here. Oh! That was wild. Okay, I'm just gonna run home. I'm not even gonna risk it. Okay, I see my bed, and for me, I think it's honk shoe time. All right, so today's the day. I think we've got to go out and explore. Now, the thing is, what do we got? We've got 20 salmon that we need to cook up, and I think we should probably bring a couple things with us. I think we might have to bring some wood just in case we need to craft some stuff. Put this away, the lapis we probably don't need, and you know what? I think it's finally time I get rid of these wooden axes out of my inventory. I think I'll leave the cobble and stuff for now, and I'm probably going to bring the iron just in case we need it for tools. So while all of this stuff cooks up, I should probably make myself useful around here. What are some things we could do? Oh, you know what would be a great idea? We should get a little wheat farm going. So let's make a hoe really quickly. And do we have seeds? How do I not have seeds? That's so easy to come by. I guess I haven't really broken grass or anything. Not a single seed to be found. This is wild. Oh, there we go. We have approximately 2. Great start. Such a fantastic start. So let's just plant our first 2 seeds right here. And I want to get ourselves a farm going. Even if it doesn't grow while we're away, at least we've got something started if we need it for decoration, food, breeding animals, whatever. All right, how's our food doing? We've got 9 cooks so far. I really thought I was going to be going out today, but then I kind of forgot to, you know, cook all of the food that we need. So it might be a later this evening or tomorrow thing that we need to do. That's all right, though. If we need to sleep through the night, we've got a bed. And in the meantime, while we're letting the food cook, we'll just gather up some seeds. All right, let's stash away some of these saplings that I collected. Food, we've got 2 left, and while we're waiting for those to cook, let's plant these last few seeds. I actually ended up getting quite a few. 18 is a pretty good start. All right, nice. We've got a decent-sized field going. Once all of that grows, we'll be able to multiply this so easily. So with that all done, let's go on over and check on this salmon. Oh, perfect. It's all done. So let's scoop that up, and pretty much we can probably head out for this adventure at any point now. All right, let's just send it, honestly. We'll grab our bed, grab our boat. Do I have my boat? What did I do with that? I don't even remember. You know what? We'll grab the crafting table, and let's just get out of here. Let's go on a bit of an adventure. So I think I'm going to start by going off this way because this is where the dark forest was. And if I remember correctly, that's where I saw the azalea. So we'll go off over here and hopefully that'll lead us to a good cave with tons of moss and all the things we could need for this fantasy build. I was thinking I left my boat around here, but maybe I didn't. Honestly, it's probably in my inventory. I probably just like brushed past it, didn't see it. Very classic me, but that's what I brought all of this birch wood for, so I could just make another one. It is all good. Okay, off on an adventure we go. So the terrain around here is really like rough looking. See that little stony cliffside there? I wonder if that leads to a cave. Could be a dead end, but that looks like a pretty good sign to me, honestly. We might get lucky and just be close to one. Okay, I'm gonna jump down here. Ow. How did I miss that? That was like a giant pool of water. Oh. Alright. What do we got here? Oh. Got a little creeper guy. Alright, this cave might be a little bit dicey. But it could also be promising. It's got lots of mobs, though. Maybe I should reconsider the whole armor thing, you know? With the amount of mobs we're gonna be fighting, might be a good idea. Oops. Do I go further down? I don't see any moss, so it's not a great sign. However, yeah, this kind of looks like a dead end. There is some iron and stuff, though. Oh, there you are. Oh, this cave actually goes on further. Nice. Well, we do need a little bit of extra iron, especially if I'm considering making some type of armor. And I could probably use a little bit more coal. Come on. There we go. Scoop that up. And let's grab some of this as well. Just a little bit for some extra torches if we need them. I'm sure we will. Okay, I'm just gonna take a peek over here to see if there's anything of interest. Yes, okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. Look at all this iron too. This is awesome. All right, well, we may have found pretty much everything that we need. This is looking very promising. Uh-oh. There we go. I just kind of let creepers just explode. Honestly, there's no point in fighting it. As long as they're not too close to you, it just makes things so much easier. I can't be bothered. Okay, now we're talking. So, we got lots of moss, which I always forget. If you use a hoe on this, it scoops it up very, very quickly. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of this. And I'm gonna make sure I grab these azalea trees as well. Simply because if we want to, we can bone meal them. And then we can get like azalea bushes and all of that stuff. Because azalea bushes are definitely one of my favorite types of leaves. They're so crunchy and they just have like such a nice like texture to them. So I definitely want to use that in our build today. Plus it looks really nice if you're using it to break up like a moss roof. Just adds a little bit more texture. While we're at it, we'll scoop up some glowberries as well. No way. A geode? Are you for real? Did we seriously just come across a geode? This was a little bit of a dream for me, to be honest, because, like, I find geodes, you can pretty much find them, I guess, relatively easily, but not always. So the fact that we got this is just such a bonus. I was prepared to just build with diorite and birch. This will just add a nice little bit of texture to that build, though. We could also potentially use amethyst for the roof, but I think if we're settling in the birch forest, I'm almost inclined more to just use the moss instead. I think that would look really nice. Amethyst also does make a great fantasy style. It's like a great block for that, but I think for this build, we'll stick with our mossy moss. Oh, this is so pretty. I love when geodes are kind of like exposed. Just want to take a look at this really quickly. Like what? This is actually so picturesque. Look at it with like the little river and stuff. This would actually make for such a nice little base. Pop in like a window here. You have a little like nature area. You could get like axolotls too. Oh, that would be so cute. Oh, broke the pickaxe. That's okay. That's okay. I think I might just make another iron one. You know what? Just treat myself. Just makes things a lot quicker when gathering stuff in the caves. Plus, we found a little bit more iron, so I don't feel as bad using up some of the stuff that we have. Surprisingly, there's a lot of calcite that surrounds geodes. Like, I haven't even picked away half of it, and I've got 2 stacks and 14, which I think probably should be good for this build. I'll grab just a little bit more in case, but I think we're nearly set. Because we can't forget that we're also going to be using a couple different blocks to go with the calcite. All right. 64, 64, and 49. I think that is a good amount. Also, bonus points. We've got tons of diorite here, so we might as well spend some time scooping this up as well. Because that is another one of the blocks that we're going to need for this build. I have always wondered what that sound is supposed to be. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of scares me every single time because it just sounds, it's so jarring and scary, especially when you're alone in a cave. Sounds very like sci-fi to me. What is that supposed to mean? What does it indicate? Does it just mean that I'm in a cave? Am I in danger? What is it? If anybody knows in the comments, please let me know because it terrifies me every single time. All right, I've got stacking a bit of diorite. I'm gonna collect a little bit more, just in case. Can't forget we have tons of birch as well, but just want to be on the safe side so we don't have to run back down here. Broken pickaxe, and whoa! Exactly 2 stacks of diorite. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I feel like we should probably head on up. I do want to collect a couple more things before we leave this cave. I would probably like to collect a little bit of deep slate, maybe for some like accent pieces, and probably a little bit more moss. We only have a stack and a bit right now. And for the moss, I'm probably going to want to make like mossy cobble and stuff as well, which kind of like eats away at the stock. So I think we should probably collect a little bit more than that. All right, let's go ahead and pillar on up and get out of here. Wherever this entrance was, here it is. Perfect. Nice. That was easy peasy. So, I'm just going to keep collecting some moss here and there wherever I see it. And I think we'll slowly descend down so I can find that deep slate as well. And of course, along the way, whenever we see any iron, we definitely have to pick that up. Just making sure there's no mobs around. I didn't even bother to look the first time. Ooh, you know what? I should probably grab some clay too. If we want to make things like flower pots and stuff. That would be handy as well. Boy, oh boy, my inventory filled up pretty quickly. It's pretty easy to do that in the lush caves though. Do you think I could probably jump down into that square? I feel like this is risky, but let's try it. Ow! I could never make those jumps. I'm so bad at it. It's brutal. All right, here I go. Destroying this very beautiful lush cave. Absolutely decimating it. I always feel bad doing this because lush caves are just so beautiful. And I'm like, well, I'm here to take away its beauty. That's for sure. Let's make ourselves a little handy dandy elevator. Still fell though. Classic. Diamonds? What? Oh, these are the cool kind too. You never see this anymore. It's so rare for diamonds to generate on stone blocks now. So like every time I find them, I'm just like, whoa, there's even more diamonds down there. We don't have silk touch and we barely have inventory space, but how do you pass by diamonds and say, yeah, I'm not going to grab those? Like why would I do that, you know? All right, my inventory is looking pretty full here. What could I get rid of? Am I going to need this basalt? Probably not. Am I going to need these diamonds? No. What? This is like a huge vein of them too. Why do I never have this diamond luck in all of the worlds that like I exist in for a long time? It's always the one-off worlds. Minus the guild though. I had some crazy luck then. I got 5 diamonds out of that. That's pretty cool. You know what? We could probably use that on some tools or something just to make things easier for us. I am also going to go down and grab those because just why wouldn't I, you know? While we're at it, we can also grab this deep slate. I do need to clear my inventory once more. Oh, all this stuff is so useful though. I guess the seeds. The seeds I can grab at home. You know what I mean? I have it in my mind that I'm like, these are so useful though because I need to make a farm, but like I can just grab seeds up top. It really doesn't matter. I do, however, need some of this deep slate though. I feel like 25 is probably more than enough. I'm just gonna use it for accents, like maybe a chimney or I don't know, maybe the trim. So I don't think I'll need too much. Other than grabbing maybe just a little bit more moss and a little bit more iron, I think we're pretty much done here. So I'm gonna grab these last few remaining things and then I think we can get out of here. Ooh, there's lots of iron around here. Perfect. And just before I forget, I don't really have the room, but I feel like, actually, I'm just gonna use my hands. I was gonna make another hoe to get this moss, but I barely have any space for inventory. I'll just collect a little bit more here and there while I'm tunneling my way out. Where did I even come from? I almost don't remember now. I think I came from this way, actually. I must have. Because I remember looking at the diamonds from, like, this perspective. Well, the only way to find out is to go back up. Also, I did see some iron around here as well. There we go. A little bit more here. How much do we have? We have 59. That's like a decent amount, but I feel like we could spend some time grabbing a little bit more. Then we should be good. There was a bunch around here a second ago. Okay, this cave is actually way bigger than I realized. I'm starting to get turned around. Ooh, lots of iron here. Nice. Alright, I've officially run out of space. What can I spare here? I guess I'm probably not going to use granite for this build. I don't really think so. As much as it's one of my favorite blocks to build with, for this palette today, I don't think we really need it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that. It's hard making these choices when you genuinely like having all of this stuff in your inventory. Like, look at all of this. We got such good stuff. Then again, I probably could drop this 2 diorite as well. That's pretty easy for us to find outside of this cave. All right, any last bits of iron around? Doesn't seem like it. Not around here anyway. I'm just looking because I see the entrance now. Well, there's actually 2, which I think we should probably get back sooner rather than later. So maybe, ow, how did I do that? I landed on drip leaf. Ah! Oh, no. Okay, I think we get out of here. I think we leave. Oh my. I was wondering where the mobs were. I was like, it's so quiet around here. What is going on? Okay, there's a really beautiful waterfall that could help us get up. Did I make that one or is that natural? I'm actually not sure. Either way, ah! I think I'm gonna take it. 2 of you? Okay, I'm just gonna swim up this waterfall. I definitely didn't make this one. Oh my gosh, they're getting me. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh. There's no way I made this. Okay, let's break this. And I think we should leave. At least we know this is here now. Super handy, but that was terrifying. Oh, I actually think that was the entrance that we came from, though. I'm pretty sure. That looks like it. Okay, good to know. So if we ever need anything else, we know this cave is here, but I think we've got probably a pretty good supply of stuff to get us through this build. Pretty sure. Yeah. All right, well, with all of that, let's travel on home so we can get started on this thing. All right, now the question is, which way is home? I'm in some random valley that I don't remember being in, so this could be a bit of a problem. I'm gonna try my luck this way, though. So it seems like there's an opening over here, which might lead to the birch forest. I don't know what it is about this spot, but it feels vaguely familiar, so I'm just gonna go off of that feeling. Okay, yeah. This seems right. This seems right. Wow. I can't believe I actually figured that out. That's wild. Also, while we're traveling, question for you all. What part of these long plays is your favorite? I mean, all of it could be your favorite as well. But I'm just curious, like, is the exploration your favorite? Is the building segment your favorite part? Let me know in the comments, because I'm just curious to know. I personally think I like exploring the most. Oh, there's my boat. Hello, boat. I think I like exploring the most, just because it's super fun. I do love building, don't get me wrong. Of course I do, but gathering up materials has always kind of been my favorite thing to do. It's just very relaxing. So I'd definitely like to hear others' like thoughts and opinions on that. All right, here we are back at our base. I am going to need another chest, or I'm gonna have to make that a double chest. Either way, we need more space because I grabbed a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna throw my building materials into this one. And then this one can be like random junk. I love how I'm putting the diamonds into the random junk pile. It's not junk, it's just I don't need it for building. So I'm trying to keep organized. But they're certainly not junk. Alright, I think I'm gonna sleep for the night. Alrighty. So if we want to start building this thing, there's a couple things we need to do first. I need to turn some of this cobblestone into stone bricks, which means I'm gonna have to cook up a bunch of cobblestone. And then, you know what? Did I not grab a lot of coal? I must not have. I thought I did. That's not good. Well, We could probably burn some of this wood if we want to, just for extra fuel, because we're going to be going through a ton of that coal. In the meantime, though, since we have so many birch logs, I think we have a lot of like materials to build the walls with, so I'm going to turn some of this into fuel. And I think what I'm going to do is probably get another furnace going, because we need some of this iron to cook. Let's make 2. Put it here and here. And we'll just split this and put the rest in here. And we'll let all of this cook up. So I guess in the meantime, what we should do is probably... I think we should probably plant a couple of these spruce saplings for sure. And maybe search for a little bit of coal around here. Or chop down some more of these trees. Either or will probably suffice, I think. Where do I want these trees to grow? Probably around here, I would say. I just don't want them to be super in the way, just because the podzol kind of like spreads everywhere. Maybe on the other side of the lake, actually. So let's chop down a couple trees around here. And then we can place the saplings in this patch. I think this should be a good amount of space to start with. You know what I should do? I should probably shear some of these leaves as well. Always need oak and birch to decorate with, so it's perfect. Scoop all of these up. And let's get a couple trees placed. Feel like that should be good. I think what I'm also going to do here is make an extra crafting table, place this down right here, and just make a chest so we can drop in the saplings if we need to, just so we can have them stored in this area. And while we're at it, let's get a couple torches around here, because it's likely that we're going to be chopping away in the middle of the night. So it's nice to have this area lit. One of the trees already grew. Perfect. Awesome. All right, I think that's good for our tree cutting area. We'll just let everything kind of like despawn, grow, all of that stuff. Now I want to check back on all of the iron and the stone. So we've got lots of iron cooking. This is awesome. We're going to have so much for torches, or not torches, sorry, lanterns. We're going to have so much for lanterns. The only problem is we might need a little bit more coal. So with the stone, I'm going to make a stone cutter. I'll pop it down right here. And now we have this so we can cut up all of this stone into stone bricks, and then we're good to go. Just grab all of this stuff. I think for now I'm just going to tuck away the iron around here, just so we know it's safe and sound. And all we really have to do is wait for this to cook. I think I might need a little bit more cobble. The lack of cobble and the lack of coal is kind of concerning. So I might have to go find a little spot to grab some more. Then I'll be pretty confident to begin building. I'm like, do I just go back to that cave? It's kind of a pain, but there was like a lot of resources in there. Or do I just search around here? I feel like there's got to be a patch of some sort that I could use. Honestly, after running around a bit, it doesn't seem like there's that much around here. I think I might just hop into that cave again really quickly just to collect the coal, and then we'll grab some cobble along the way as well. It's a little bit of an extra trip that we have to make, but that's all right. I'd rather have most of the materials ready, especially because the stone and stuff are probably going to be our starting materials, because that's what I want to use for the bottom floor. Alrighty, one last trip for resources, and I found this little opening It actually goes into the lush cave too. That's perfect. But I found this little opening. It's got a little bit of coal. It's got lots of cobble. So I think we should be good with this. Now all we have to do is just collect as much of this as we can. This coal vein is huge. That's perfect though. We already got 36. There's a little bit more up here that I'm going to grab as well. And I think this should be more than enough for what we need. At least for us to get started. All right, we've got 56 coal. I've got almost a stack of cobble. I think we're going to need a little bit more than that. So I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time grabbing this, and then we should be good to go. Okay, 3 stacks of cobble. I think that should probably get us by. So I'm gonna break the bed and let's get out of here. This build isn't gonna be too big, so it's not gonna require like too much cobble and too much stone, but I wanna make sure I have it like a stack at least of like stone bricks, cobble, and mossy cobble. So I think that should be good. So, we're back home. We have pretty much everything we need. Ooh, I leveled up. Nice. And I think what I'm going to do is probably... How much cobble do I have left in here? Okay, I've got a little bit more. I'm going to burn just probably one more stack for some more bricks. I think we'll need as many as we can. Actually, let me split that so it burns faster. And we might be able to start building this thing. So... With the moss, though, I want to turn 1 stack into mossy cobble, and then we'll get our stone bricks. Excuse me while I organize my hotbar. And I think this should be good. All right. Wow. We did it. Yay. Okay. So, we have a nice flat space to work with over here. And pretty much we can begin building anywhere. So I think we just gotta pick a little spot and get going. I think probably towards the back here would be good. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bear with me. Usually I do odd numbers for my builds, but sometimes, especially if it's not along like the roof line you have to connect, sometimes an odd number works out, or sorry, an even number. So just bear with me. All right, then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll just kind of like close this all off. All right, so something like that. That's perfect. So, next, what we're going to do is we're going to go up literally just by 2. This is going to be like a really short wall. Just because I want most of the height resting on the roof. I want this to be a fairly small build, but I don't want it to be super tall. You know what I mean? So kind of shortening the height of like the first floor will definitely help with that. So we'll fill all of this in. And that should be good. We might actually end up with so many more materials than I realized, because if we're doing a small wall, we're actually not going to need that much. That's all right though. Better to have more than less. All right. That's looking good. All right. So with the first floor done, we can probably move on to the second floor now. So I'm going to put away all of this cobble and stuff, and I think what I'm going to do is get some beams started first, and then we'll worry about like the birch and all of the diorite and calcite after. Just gonna build a little staircase. And I think for this one, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 high. So even though I want this build to be a little bit shorter because we're gonna have a taller roof, I think we can get away with 4 blocks on the second floor. I think shaving off 1 or 2 blocks on the first floor will definitely help with the height situation, so I don't think it's totally necessary to eliminate height on the second floor as well. So I'm gonna do beams on each corner. And I think that's probably good for now. I definitely want to add a lot more shape and detail to this build, but I'm just going to start off with like a basic rectangular shape and then we'll build out from there. So now that we've got our beams in place, we can probably put up some of the walls now with like the calcite and diorite. So let's turn some of this diorite into polished, and we'll probably use some of the regular diorite as well. Either that or I might use the birch in place of that. Let's see what looks better. So this will be a wall full of birch, calcite, and polished diorite. And then we'll do another wall with just the diorite, and we'll see which one we like, because we've got options. I don't know if we should necessarily use both of them on this build, because I feel like it might look a little bit too noisy. Diorite kind of looks like TV static, so it's just... it might be a little bit too much texture if we use both. Whee! Okay, that's the first one. And you know what? I like it. It's nice. Birch, I mean, you can't really go wrong with it. And this one, here, let's just do a little patch right here. See which one we like better. And there is the diorite. It's kind of a toss-up. If I'm honest, I actually think I like the diorite more. Just because it's actually that much more textured. I mean, we could try adding in the diorite into this wall, but I feel like that's just too many things. I think 3 blocks is probably good to stick with. And I don't know, yeah, this just adds a nice little bit of texture and roughness to it. And it feels like it shapes out the wall a little bit more. Otherwise, the birch kind of blends in because there's not enough texture within it. You know what I mean? So I feel like diorite might be the answer. Let's, can I sleep yet? No? Please, let me sleep. I just don't want mobs to spawn. I'm too scared. I've had too many creepers blow up. All right. I think that's probably my decision. Get rid of the birch. Sorry, birch. We tried, but it's just not it for this build. All right, let's just replace all of these bits with diorite. There we go. That is a lot better. Just provides so much more texture, I think. Alrighty. So, all we need to do now is finish filling in these walls, and we are good to go. Should probably pick these up before they despawn, though. Don't want to waste any blocks, especially if we could craft with them later. Okay, perfect. Let's jump down here. Saved myself from a fall. That was good. And yes, I think that's looking perfect. So we still got the vibes of just one rectangular little box thingy. And I think we got to make this look a little bit nicer. So what I'm thinking is maybe we draw out, maybe an extension here. Just a small one. And that will give us more shape. So if this starts at like the bottom and then it goes up towards here and we can attach it to like a roof line and stuff, I think that would be good. However, I feel like we could still add some more stuff to this. I mean, I do want to add like a chimney, maybe even a tower and stuff like that. But what if we did something like a bay window or something here? I feel like that could be kind of cool. So then we don't have structure all the way across. Like this turns more into an L shape, but then we still have like an addition here as well to get rid of this flatness. I feel like that would be pretty neat. So with that idea in mind, how about we get rid of our little framing right here and we can start drawing out our next extension right here. Do I have any more bricks? Did I use them all? Did I really just have one left? What? Really? Huh. I feel like I had more. That's all right though. We'll make a couple more. Okay, so let's go up by 3 blocks, I would say. I feel like that would look pretty cool. And then we'll just make this 2 blocks high, just like this one. So they connect nicely. And then I guess we'll probably put beams on this as well, actually. Spruce beams. I need some spruce for that. Oh, gotta eat. Can't forget to eat. All right. Let's go up by 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Strip these logs. Broke my axe. And then we will just fill in the walls really quickly with our diorite and calcite combo. I used this combination a lot during the guild. That's pretty much, like, that was pretty much the palette I think I had for my guild builds. It's just a little slight variant, I would say, of that palette, because I think I used deep slate for my, like, the trim and stuff instead. And it looked really cool. I was super happy with it. So I feel like that's why I'm kind of inspired to use this palette again, because it's just so good. You can't go wrong with it. Plus, this time we get to apply like different things to it, like a fantasy style roof. So we get to try something different, which is going to be fun. All right, I think that's looking good. I mean, like this looks a little goofy right now, but once we get a roof on it, that's going to look fire. Honestly though, you know what? Maybe just for some like difference in height and variance, maybe we get rid of the top block there. I'm kind of thinking we should. That'll just provide a little bit more interest. Cool. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Then the roof will sit a little bit lower and will kind of like sink, I guess, into the main part of the build. So I think that'll look pretty neat. Okay, so if we're gonna make a little bay window, I think we're gonna need some spruce stairs and some slabs. So let's get those ready. Maybe some trapdoors too. Sometimes I use those in replacement of slabs. They are kind of expensive to make, but sometimes you just don't want like a super clunky shape. So the spruce trapdoor really helps with that. Like if you were to connect this one, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to switch it up sometimes with something like that. Alrighty. You know what? Let's move these up by 1 block. So if I put them here, and we could drop that there, and I feel like then we could have like a window here and raise up the beams just by 3. Just so it's sitting a little bit higher. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so with a basic shape in place, I think we can probably get started on the roof. Now, if we do that, we're gonna need lots of slabs and stairs. Definitely far more than what we have right now. Just gonna put away all the other building blocks so we don't have a bunch of stuff in our inventory. And let's craft up a bunch of slabs. And you know what? We might have to make a little trip to our tree farm. I don't think I have enough spruce. Let me just craft up an iron axe to make our lives a little bit easier. And let's grab a little bit more. Alright, let's just chop down. Probably just 1 to start with. I don't think we're gonna need too much. But I'm definitely glad that I brought these saplings with us. Just makes our lives so much easier, because that spruce that I found it's pretty far away. Would have cost us like a couple trips at least. The good news is, now that we're not using that birch though, we can pretty much use that for whatever we want. We can craft barrels with it, composters, basically any of the decorative items that we might need. I honestly don't know if these leaves are even going to despawn because they're so close to other taiga trees. They might just end up sitting there. But that's okay. We have plenty of wood to start with. I think we've got, yeah, just about a stack. That should be good. So let's break all of that down and make some more stairs. I think a stack and a bit should be good. Yeah. Alright, now I just gotta wait for nightfall, then we head to bed, and in the morning we can build up the roof. Oops, I pressed W. W, 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 W. It's either that or I always press E. So it just looks like, oops. E. I always do that. Oh, you know what? Let me grab some moss, because it is good scaffolding. Alright. We are good to go. So let's build up here. And I guess we gotta figure out this roof shape. So I'm gonna start on this side. And maybe what I'll do is start off with a slab. So kind of what I want to do is make this like a very like soft curve at the beginning and then have it slope up very dramatically. So I'm gonna start off by doing slab, stair, and then maybe from here what we can do is we can use planks but go up too high. And then is this the middle? Yes, it is. Then we can go up. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Oh no, I made a mistake. I was like, this does not look right. Oh no. I didn't count that right. I was talking earlier about, I was like, oh, I can just make this like 8 in length, but this side has to be an odd number. I totally didn't make it an odd number. I'm sure a lot of you are watching being like, Drift, no, what are you doing? Yep, I just caught the mistake. So, you know what? I will use the magic of editing so you all don't have to sit through me breaking this down and suffering through it. This was my bad. I will not punish you all. Oh, I just broke my pickaxe. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Alright, so now I'm placing the roof for the first time ever. I definitely haven't done this before. This is, like I said, the very first time that I'm placing this roof. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slowly slope it up and then go to more of a dramatic roof line at the top. Oh, and look at that. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks wide. Oh, wow, look, I must have gotten that perfect. Wow, flawless execution. Oh! You know what? I deserved that. I deserved that. Oh no. Okay. Now that I'm done just being an absolute silly goose about this, I'm just gonna place the rest of the roof really quickly. We'll get it all in place like this. And let's take a quick little look at the roof shape. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. Before I move on to the rest. So, like I said, it's kind of like soft sloped at the bottom, and then we just have it like very dramatic at the, more so towards the middle at the top. And I think that is perfect for this roof. Basically what I want to do when I make this roof, like the middle part of it, is I want to slope it inwards as well. So they kind of both slope down and meet in the middle. Kind of hard to explain, but I think you'll understand what I mean when we build it. But first we gotta finish off the structure of it. Perfect. All right, so that's all done. And what I want to do next is, like I said, I want to kind of slowly curve this down. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of rough out a shape with the moss because it's so easy to take away if we need to. So I'm thinking maybe something as simple as this. So it slowly curves down like that. We could use a stair here instead of moss, so it has more shape to it, but I feel like that could look kind of cool. Okay, okay. While I'm up here, I should probably fill in these parts of the walls too, because I always forget. We'll pop in some calcite and diorite here. And do I have polished diorite? Yes, I do. Nice. Pop that there. Couple little pieces here and there as well. Whoops. And I think that's looking good. All right, so I can probably, you know what? I could probably just fill in the rest of the roof here, since I'm already here. Let's toss all of the moss in. And, ooh, here, what do I want to do? We've got stairs, so I could just do a trim across. I think it also depends on the roof that I have for this guy, too. Same with right here, because this is going to need a roof as well, so I'm going to leave it for now. Ah. I'll fill in the rest of this side, though. I almost feel like we should have some more shape added to this build by, like, kind of continuing this line down. I think that looks good. For the bottom, you know what? I think I'll just do moss. That looks pretty cool. All right. So the roof is pretty much all in place, and it looks very goofy right now because it is just like a block of moss that isn't even fully completed. We need to add a lot of detail to this thing to make it look good, but that is okay because that's where the fun begins, I think, with Minecraft building. I love adding details. It's super fun, super challenging, and you can dramatically change a build just by adding little details to it. So I'm gonna wait for the sun to set, and once I go to bed, we'll get up in the morning and we will fix up this build and make it look super cute. Alrighty, we've got a fresh new morning, and I think what I want to focus on is fixing up the top of the roof. Oh, we got a little bit of rain today. Hopefully not thunder though. So what I'm kind of thinking is I want this to slope down into the middle, but we need a trim on it in order for it to look a little bit nicer. Because right now it's a bit of a mess. So I'm kind of thinking maybe if we put a trim on like this. Maybe get rid of this one. Bring in some stairs. Then in the middle here we could do slabs or trapdoors. I feel like trapdoors would work. I kind of forgot that I had free cam, by the way, so I'm going to start using that so we can see a little bit easier. Yeah, I think this looks good. So, that's all done. And another thing I was thinking we could do to break up the moss would be to bring in some, like, reinforcement on the rooftop. So, for example, we could bring in some, like, spruce planks here. Replace these guys with spruce planks as well. And same thing on this side. We have 2 pieces of moss here. And then replace these guys. And if you zoom out, I think that just gives it a little bit more interest. I mean, if we end up changing up some of this mossy roof with like azalea leaves and stuff, that'll help too. But that just helps bring in just a little bit of difference so it's not just a full block of moss. So now we just go over to this other side. How do I get to the other side? I'll probably just scaffold up. Oh, wrong piece of moss. Now we just go over here though and do the same thing. So we'll replace this, these guys, and these ones as well. And I think that's looking good. Perfect. Okay, sweet. Now that these are done, ow! Let's take a look. So we definitely need roofs on these little guys right here because it just looks like half complete, but we're definitely getting there. So I think maybe what we should do next is focus on those ones, and then we could kind of see what else we could add to the shape of this build. But I don't think we really need to add too much more. I really like how it's turning out. So for this one, I'm going to do something similar where we do slabs right here. And since this is only like 3 wide, I'm just like, what do I do? Do I do a little bit of like a steep? I feel like a little steep roof would look good. So if we do like a slab here, and maybe this, upside down stair, slab, and then it'll connect over here nicely. So if we run it across like this, it'll just connect right there, which I think is perfect. And then of course we could just fill this in with moss pretty easily. You know what, this one though? We could probably extend the trim this way. Just like that. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Bring it across. Oh, I forgot moss there. There we go. And how's that looking? Oh yeah, I think that is perfect. You know what? We ended up bringing that height back anyway, which is kind of funny. I took it away, but I pretty much ended up bringing it back. I think that's looking cool though. Alrighty. So, for this one, this is just like a small little like bay window, so I don't think we really need too much for it. Kind of wondering, should we do like a little slab like this and then bring it up like that? Just keep it really simple. How's that look? I really think that's all it needs. I think that's cool. Okay, for this one though, did I bring too much height back? I mean, it might look different once I add like windows and stuff, but I also kind of feel like it might be a little bit much, so I'm gonna take one layer away. I'm gonna try a different style on this roof. Honestly, might just do like a very simple roof line with just stairs. Let's give that a shot first. if we do that, I feel like this one has to be stairs as well. Otherwise, it kind of just, it looks a little bit awkward. So I think we bring stairs down here. Bring stairs down here. And then, yes, that is looking a lot better. So then we can bring this across with some slabs. And once that's complete, I feel like that makes more sense, right? I think it does. Just need to fix up this piece right here. And I think the best way to do it, honestly, is just to drop like a slab here so it, or sorry, planks, so it just connects. Could probably do the same thing here as well. And I think that probably makes sense. Alright, how's this looking? First, gotta scoop up all the things that I broke off. But I think, yeah, I think that looks better. Cool. Okay. We're getting somewhere. So, let me just eat first. And now that we've got our basic shape in place, yeah, this looks really cool. I think what I'd like to do, though, is definitely add a chimney, but I was also contemplating adding a tower. This is a fantasy build, of course, and usually most often in, like, fantasy houses, there's little magical towers. And I was thinking of, like, just, like, embedding one in to the roof rather than having it rest off to the side. Especially because the roof line that we're going to have is going to be, like, a very dramatic and swirly shaped roof. I don't want the tower to get in the way of that. So I think putting it into the actual roof would be a better bet. So if we're going to do that, we need to grab probably some cobblestone, mossy cobble, and the stone. Now let's go back up over here. And where should we put this thing? Maybe like right around here? So we could draw out a tower like this. Ah! Or what if we move it one over and have it start here? That way it's kind of resting in between these two different roof lines. I feel like that might be a better bet. Let's just build it up a little bit to see what we're working with. Okay, I think that's pretty cute. Yeah. I like that. So, basically all we need to do is I usually build them like 3 by 3. So, we just need to embed it a little bit more into the wall right here. Basically, it's going to be resting at the front of the build. And we'll just pop all of this in place. And as for the height, I'm going to leave a window space here. Maybe here. As for the height, we don't want it sitting too high. I don't know. It really just depends. I feel like something like this might be good. Let's zoom away really quickly. We kind of lose the shape of the roof curving down, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like it looks really good in this spot, so I'm willing to compromise that. As for the shape, though, maybe what we could do so we don't lose a lot of that, like, shape at the back is bring this down by, like, 1 block. Something like this instead. I think that's good. Yeah. We'll try that out, and if the roof looks too goofy, if we need more height, we can always add more. I think I should probably go to sleep, though. Ow. Or at least soon. Whoa! I, like, slid into bed. That was awesome. So now that we've got this in place, we could try building up the tower roof. And I think for this, what I'm going to do is... Oh, I don't have any more trapdoors. Dang, I have to go back down. Let's make a couple of those so we can use it for the trim. Alrighty, we've got a fresh new morning. I've got all the trapdoors I need. So now we can get this trim in place. Whoops. Cool. So we've got a little trim, and now all we have to do is build up the towers. And I think what I'm going to do for the tower roof is just classic spruce planks. You can't really go wrong with it. Put a torch on the inside just in case. Then we'll just build it up like this. And on the rooftop, I think what I'm going to do is decorate it with like spruce fencing and walls and stuff like that, but we don't have that yet. Just want to double check to make sure the roof looks good. Yeah, I think that is perfectly placed. I'm very happy with that. Sweet. So now that we know the shape and stuff is all good, I think we can probably decorate it now. Let's make a bunch of fencing. Oh, do I need more spruce? I think I do. Wow, I actually ran through all of that. It kind of flies, especially when you're doing like roofs and having to use a bunch of stairs and stuff. It kind of makes sense, but I was not expecting that. Well, it is a good thing we've got this tree farm right here, though. I think I'm going to chop up this weird one right here, just so hopefully all of these leaves start despawning, because it's a giant mess right now. So let's chop this up. So in my spare time, I have been actually, I've been trying to like get back into gaming in my spare time just because I just don't have that much time throughout the week. We've been watching like a bunch of TV shows, movies and stuff, but I've been setting aside a little bit of time to game. And the game that I have chosen is Elden Ring. I have been trying to just get good at that game. I really like the Souls games. I've played through Dark Souls 3. Does Bloodborne count as a Souls game? It's Souls-like, that's for sure. But Elden Ring, I could never really get the hang of because it was so open world that I was just so lost on what to do and where to go. I didn't really understand the progression. So I kind of just made it my goal to just become a little bit better at that game. And boy, oh boy, it took me so long to beat the first boss. Like, I spent all day on a Sunday trying to beat that first, not the game, I wish. I tried to beat the first boss. It took me like an entire day, and I was so determined to do it. And you know what? I did it. I finally did it. I was so excited. I spent so long studying the moves of that boss that like I knew every single opportunity to make like, to get a hit in, to block, to roll, all of that stuff. What ended up working though was I kind of forgot that I was on a medium roll. In that game, you basically have roll speed. So if you have like a lot of armor on, you'll roll a lot slower than if you have little armor on. So I was like, you know what? I'm on a medium roll right now. I think I'm just gonna like take off almost all of my armor and just see what happens. And guess what? With the super speedy light roll speed, I beat it like almost instantly. It was so funny. I was screaming. It was so comical. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought medium roll would have been fine, but apparently it's not in that game. Well, now I know. I kind of like to like dodge away from stuff anyway and just like snake away, get the hits in and then just dip. You know what I mean? I find that's actually easiest, but boy, oh boy, was that a struggle. It felt good to beat that after, though. It really did. Alrighty, so with all of this spruce, let's make some more fencing. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of this birch to make sticks, so we don't waste all the spruce on that. And then we'll make a bit more. There we go. Then I just need like one piece of cobble to make a wall. Perfect. So let's run up here. And basically what I'm going to do is for the top of this, I am going to place a wall and then a fence. Like so. And then just place the spruce fencing all around here. Just to give it a little bit more shape. Find that this always helps. How's that looking? There we go. We've got ourselves a nice tower. That's perfect. This build has really come together. I'm super happy with it. So the things that we need to do for the structure still, we still got a little bit of work. Like we need windows, which I could pop out very easily. But we also really need chimneys and also that swirly rooftop that I was talking about, which I'm a little nervous to do because I've built it once and I haven't built it again. So I'm like, this could go horribly wrong. You know what I mean? It truly could. But I have faith. I think we could do it. I think we'll be fine. All right. What should we work on first? I think I should get the swirly roof done. I think it's time. I need to stop delaying it, you know? So let's stash away some of this stuff. Oh, while I'm at it, I'm totally not stalling, I swear. I just remembered I probably should grow a little bit more crops in case I need like hay bales and stuff for decoration. I actually think we're pretty much going to be fine for food. We're not expelling that much energy while we build because we're just staying in the same place. Also avoiding mobs, so that's very helpful. I think that should be fine. We'll just collect as we go along. Alright, let's go up to the roof and let's get this done. This might take a little bit of trial and error because I haven't done this in a while. So I want the swirl to kind of like swirl down like this. We could go up as well, which would look cute, but I think the swirl down will look kind of cool and we could have like lanterns and stuff hanging down. So to do that, I think we got to start off with an upside down stair. And then let's get like a piece of moss here as a placeholder. Connect it with another upside down stair. And to get some shape on top, we basically do like a slab and a trap door just to bring in a little bit of like shape and curves, I guess, to it. That's looking good so far. Then if we want to extend this a bit further to round this off on the corner, we can do a stair here. From which we will have to, let's see. I'll have to go down this way. This is harder than building a windmill, in my opinion. And windmills can be kind of tricky. All right. So maybe a upside down stair here. Or do I do a slab? Let's see. We're just gonna have to try out a couple things. And from here I can attach another one, right? And then maybe a slab on the bottom here. This might be a bit much. You know what? That's actually not terrible at all. It kind of swoops down like quite a bit right here. I'm wondering if I can make that a little bit shorter somehow. Let's see. I should probably go to bed first though. Yeah, let's go to bed. Scoop up all of this stuff. And let's go sleepies. The mobs are out. Goodbye. Alright. We are kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there. I've got an idea though. So what I didn't like was like when it was curving down, it was just like too much, if that makes sense. It was just a little bit too much, too dramatic. So maybe what we can do is, again, place this here, but instead of another stair connecting, we can maybe do like a slab somehow. How am I gonna attach that though? I need to like go underneath. There we go. And then this is so awkward to build. Like I said, this is literally worse than building on windmills. Let's see how this looks though. Okay. Not bad. What are we thinking? I think this looks better. Like before it was just like swooping down way too much. Now it's more in line with the roof. I actually think that's pretty good. Now that we have the shape though, the problem is I have to replicate that and good luck to me. Good luck to me. Okay, so let's go on this side and we'll do the same thing. What did I do again? What did I do? Oh yeah, I did upside down stair. Upside down stair with a little slab on top. And then I think what I did was 2 blocks out on moss, connect with another upside down stair, place down that trap door. Ah! Oh my, I've been falling a lot today, haven't I? I saw that coming. I was like breaking the moss and like in my mind I was like, I'm going down. Brutal. Okay. So let's just skirt across here. And then we have the upside down stair here. What did I do on the other side? Huh? Oh, I bring it out by 1 more, don't I? I do. Okay. Bring this out here. And then I think I go down with an upside down stair. And then, I need to be a little bit lower. In order for this to work. Did I attach it that way? I think so. And then we need to place the slab right here. Except when I do that, it creates a full plank. So I need to go on this side, do that, and then I think we're good. Okay, let's go check this out. And also scoop up all of this moss and stuff because it's very precious. All right, how'd we do? What's the vibe on this? Okay, they look the same. That's good. Yeah, I think I did it. Hey, look at that. We did it. That looks so good. I'm obsessed. That looks really good. Okay, sweet. I really like that. Nice. All right. My one little complaint that I have about this build is I think this little bay window is just like a little bit too tall. I think we should literally bring it down by 1 block and then build from there. It's just a little bit, it's got too much height. I can't explain it other than it just looks a little bit goofy. You know what I mean? But who knows? Maybe it actually is, like, it actually does look good. And I'm just like being picky, you know? You never know. So if we have it resting here though, what I'm gonna have to do, we have so much like intersecting roof pieces now that it's just like, it's pure chaos at this point. What we can do is bring this here. And then cross like that. Whoops. Go up like this. How's that look? The roof looks terrible right now because I need to fix it up properly, but I feel like the height looks better. I think it does. I think it was looking a little bit too tall, especially it was kind of competing with this one a little bit, you know? So we just need to fix this up. Fill that in. I think this side of the roof is probably fine. I don't really know what's going on here, actually. I think it was a piece of the old roof, if that makes sense. Because that should be right there, right? Something like that. And then what we could do with all of this, because this is kind of a mess now. Actually, not really. Just fill it in like that. I think that looks better. Plus, if we add some like azalea leaves to some of this, I think it'll kind of like help round off the parts that look kind of awkward. But I think that bay window looks better, in my opinion. I just need to fix up this side right here, though. I don't really know how to do that, though. I think I've just gotta, you know what? Just do that. That's it. That was the answer. Okay, perfect. Then we have to fix up this trim right here. Fill that in. I think that's good. Look at that. Sometimes roofs can be really tricky, especially if you're adding in so many components, but I think that is perfect now. I'm very happy we switched that out. Okay, I'm gonna break some of this scaffolding. Just to get some of the moss back. And pretty much what we have left to do for the structure is, I think, the chimneys. So we'll work on that next, and then we'll start detailing out like the windows and all that stuff. But for now, let's see if we can put any of this stuff away because our inventory is a big old mess. Okay, so for the chimney, what we're gonna need is some deep slate. I think I'm gonna use a mix of deep slate bricks and cobbled deep slate. And then we're gonna need some coal for campfires and birch. Usually what I do is I do 2 chimneys. So we'll make a couple of campfires. And we're gonna need trapdoors for the top of them. Perfect. Let's scaffold on up. And then what I think I'm going to do is I am going to place them probably... If I place one there, it's going to kind of get in the way of this building, or tower, I should say. So I think I'm going to do something like this. Have one start here, have the other start there. And then just build it up like this. And you know what? This is a fantasy style build, so I think I'm going to give these chimneys just a little bit more height. I feel like the height will just make them look a little bit more whimsical. So we'll add another block, I would say. And then we'll place down the campfires. Then surrounding the campfires, we'll do some spruce trap doors. Whoops. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay, awesome. I love that. So I think what I'm going to do again is wait for nighttime, go to bed, and then in the morning we'll just continue decorating this build. Alrighty, so we've got a fresh new morning, and pretty much the build is all done in terms of the structure. So now we have the fun part of decorating it all. Now, the first thing I think I'm going to start off with are probably the windows. So let's knock this out really quickly. And I think for this one, I don't know, do we need glass? Glass might actually be nice. I was kind of thinking of using spruce fencing, but we could cook some sand. That would look really cool too. So let's grab our little shovel. Grab some of this sand. And let's make some glass panes. While that sand cooks, did I grab lilacs? I think I saw some in this forest. I mean, usually they are in birch forests. I would definitely like to, not build with those, decorate with them. Wait, are there some right here? Oh, perfect. I thought I was gonna have to go pretty far for them. So I'm gonna grab some lilacs. And another thing I wanted to grab today was actually azalea leaves. However, the problem is, I think with azalea bushes, you have to bone meal them. I don't think they will grow an azalea tree on their own. Or will they? I don't know. I've always been really impatient with them. So I never really let them just like sit there. Maybe we should plant one and see. Then I'll find out. Because if not, we might have to go into some caves and find some skeletons. So let's plant that right there and just see what happens. Actually, no, that's impossible because a lot of us decorate with azalea bushes in Minecraft and they don't grow. They don't, right? Okay, I think I might have to go into the caves really quickly today. It's either that or we spend the day kind of like puttering about and get some skeletons around here at night. However, I don't know if I want mobs spawning because if a creeper spawns and just like completely ruins our base, that's another issue we'll have to deal with. So let's go on another adventure and go find some skellies. Oh my gosh, we have so many lilacs here. This is perfect. While I'm here though, I'm gonna shear you because I would love to make like paintings and carpets and all that stuff. So let's get in our little boat and let's go over to that cave. Sure, there'll be tons of skellies around, even in the dark forest, actually. Alrighty. Let's see what we got around here. Here's the entrance to the cave, I believe. Yep. I'll drop down here. Oh, look at that. I finally made the drop. Perfect. Go down here. And there's gotta be some skellies around. It's pretty dark down here, so... At least we know there's also a lot of coal here if we need it, but... Whoa! It's like a little tropical fish biome. This is so cool. It's not what we need, though. I don't think we'll be finding skeletons, you know, in a little body of water. Alright, let's go up here where the forest was. Not forest. Oh my gosh. I'm losing my words today. There's one. Perfect. Oh, he's floating. I need bones! Thank you. Alright, we've got 2 so far. Could use with like a few, honestly, so we might be here a little while searching for skeletons. Ow. I hear them. I hear their little bones rattling. Oh, there they are. Oh, there's 2. Perfect. Sometimes they just end up fighting each other. There we go. Here, let me help you out, buddy. There we go. Whoa! What? Look at this area! This is a huge cave. There was a skeleton over here. There you are. Ow. I like how I'm running through this with no armor. Like, I'm already at half hearts. This is dangerous. Oh, he dropped iron. Nice. Alright, we've got 8 bones so far. I feel like we could probably do with a couple more. Just trying to be a little bit careful around all these creepers, though. There's quite a few. I think I might head back up this way. Well, I've been searching for some time, and I have not come across a single skeleton. Where are they all hiding, huh? Not a single guy to be found. Oh, there's one. Nice. All right, 9 bones. I might just take it, honestly. Might just take it. Seems like it's mostly water over there. If we come across any on the way up, that's great, but I think 9 bones should get us more than enough probably for our bone meal. So let's go up here and let's get out of here. Now the question is, where is my boat? It's got to be along the shoreline over here somewhere. I always end up exiting in like a random spot. Very far away from my boat. Alrighty, found the boat, so let's get back home. No signs of skellies or any pesky mobs, actually. Where are they all at, huh? The one time I need a skeleton. It's okay. I'm gonna, you know, break a hole in the wall here, and I think it's finally time that we place the bed in here just to be safe. So now that we're back, it's a fresh new morning, and I can finally grow these azalea trees. Oh, I've already got it in the inventory. So basically what I'm going to do is turn all of those bones into bone meal and then place this here. Actually, let's do it further away from trees so things don't get tangled up. Well, bone meal this. Perfect. It didn't use that much. Put all of this away for now. And then what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna shear all of these leaves. We're actually gonna get quite a few from this tree. Maybe a stack? I don't know. It's usually quite a bit just from one, so this should be probably at least enough for this build, I would say. If we have to shear another tree, that's fine, but we might make do with this one. Try to grab every last bit. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that was nearly a stack of the classic leaves, and then the flowering ones, we got 19. That's not bad at all. So I'm just going to toss away some of the random stuff in here. And basically what I'm going to do now is I want to decorate the roof up a little bit. Just to make it look a little bit nicer, give it some texture. Just because the moss can look very, very flat sometimes. So we'll add some leaves here and there. And then we'll probably use them for like gardens and stuff like that all throughout the build. So let's break this piece. Get one here. We'll put some around here as well. The flowering one adds like a nice pop of color to the roof too. Then, maybe put some in the roof right here too. Pop some here and here. I think that looks pretty good. So, whoa, oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Just honestly, a couple pieces go such a long way. Gonna add one up here as well. And as for the back of the roof, listen. Are we all looking at the back of this build? As long as it's complete, like the walls are filled in, I think it's fine. I don't know if we have to do that. It'd be different if we were building this out into like a full base. But the fact that we're just kind of vibing, building out one build, I don't know if we need to bother. Oh, hello. Can I shear you, please? Oh, you stay here. Thank you. Slowly but surely, I'm collecting some wool. Oh, thank you. If he eats again, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Okay, he didn't. That would have been great, though. All right. So, that's all done. Good to go. Now, what else should we add? You've got to be kidding me. Thank you. I genuinely need the wool, so I'm just going to keep doing that. So I think I'm going to start decorating by adding in Is this a joke? Okay, he's gone. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start things off just by adding in little like bushes of leaves around, and then we'll kind of start decorating other stuff from there, like add in some lilacs, all that other stuff. But leaves are always a good place to start. Another thing that we need to consider for this build is, well, we kind of need an entrance. And I kind of had the thought, because this is only 2 high, I feel like a door would look super goofy to the bottom floor. So I was kind of thinking of building out like a little entryway just like on the side here, you know? Especially because we don't have like any trim running across here. We can easily do like a little balcony. So if we just did something like a staircase here going up, that would probably be more than enough. Again? This sheep loves grass. Oh my gosh. So I need to patch up that wall because I didn't fill it in after I slept. And I'm gonna need some stairs for the side as well. Some slabs would probably help too. So we'll just go across like this. And, I feel like 1 block is enough. 2 blocks might look a little bit goofy. Usually for these types of staircases though, what I do is I kind of intertwine some leaves to make this look a little bit older and like broken down. But just by adding some leaves in amongst all the fencing, I think it looks really nice. Thought I ran out of fencing for a second and I was like, how? I have so much. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks really good. So we'll pop out a spot for a door right here, and we should probably get a floor in this place. Now, the problem with this is only 2 blocks high, so we're gonna have to dig it out, unless we don't want to use this space, but I think I'd like to. If we built like a little cellar or something down here, that could look really cool. So we're actually gonna have to dig down a little bit further. I'm not gonna worry about that yet, because I think I'd like to get the outside fixed up, and then we'll worry about all of this stuff. So for now, I'm just gonna fill in all of this with spruce. And cannot forget, we have to light it up. Oh, you know what? There we go. I almost forgot. I don't know what to do with a space like this. This is so random. Can I break this wall? I think I can. So we gained some space back like this, but even still, that's a very awkward space. We're gonna have to think of something cool with that. Oh wait, I have glass to put there. Okay, cool. So, speaking of glass, we should probably turn this into glass panes. And let's get that put up. So we'll do one here. And for this one, do we want a double window or do we want like a single window? I kind of feel like a single window could be cool. Maybe if we give it a little bit of shape by adding in a diorite wall here with a window there. Feel like that looks good. Yeah. Cool. Next, what I'm gonna do to bring in a little bit of shape along this wall is probably put in like a little awning of some sorts. So I could do something like this. Maybe add in some leaves in between so it also acts as like a planter for the window. Then just finish it off by adding in some spruce fencing there. This is really coming together. All right, with all of the leaves figured out, let's start placing some lilacs around. Lilacs are my favorite flower in Minecraft. They are so pretty, but also they complement azalea so well. Not to mention the flowering azalea also has a very similar color to the lilacs, so it all goes together really nicely. So we might as well just place all of the ones that we have around the build. Alrighty, the sun's about to set, so we should probably head to bed for the night. You know what? Should I put my bed in this little spot right here? Is that weird? Is it too cramped? Let's see. I mean, we've got a nice window here, but maybe if we fix it up, we could make this look nice. Just, you know, place a piece of wall there, patch it up a little bit. I think we could turn this into like a nice little space. So, with all of that stuff added, we're pretty much done with the outside of this build, I would say. I don't want to add too much more to it, because honestly, I've been kind of leaning towards less is more in some ways. Like, I don't think we really need a bunch of barrel piles everywhere. If anything, I want to line this with coarse dirt a little bit, and we definitely need to draw out a path. Now, the question is, where does this path go? Well, it doesn't really go anywhere because we don't have any other builds around here. But it's always nice to lead a path away just to make it show that the build has been lived in. So we've got this. And I think now what I want to do I have any gravel? I only have 5. We have lots of dirt though. If we get some gravel, then we can make some coarse dirt and line all of the paths with it. That's pretty much all we need on the outside of this build, I think. And, oh, I almost forgot a very important feature. Let's put all this stuff away for a second. We need lanterns, of course. So let's make some lanterns. And another thing that I want to do is make some chains. Probably need 1 more, I would say. 1 or 2 more. And what I want to do is I want to hang lanterns from here. Can I reach that? Probably not. I think I need my moss. I'm too short. Cannot help it. I am only a couple blocks high. Alright, that should be good. So let's do 2 chains like that. Lantern there. And on the other side, maybe we'll do... 3 chains perhaps? Just so it's kind of offset. Or maybe just 1. Let's see how that looks. Gotta back up a little bit more than that. Okay, I think that's cool. Nice. Yeah, I don't think we need to drop it any further than just like 1 chain. I think that's enough. I think this is looking fantastic. Wow. Okay, so with all of that done, let's put away some of this stuff in our inventory, and I think we should go collect a little bit of gravel. So I just want to make sure that all of the outside is done before we get to work on the inside of the build. So let's make ourselves a nice shovel. I'm going to grab the bed just in case. And let's go find some gravel. I think I might just go over to the caves that we were in before, the one that I was collecting all that coal from, just because I'm pretty sure I saw like a pretty big area of gravel, and it's pretty easy to get to. At least we know it's there. I think we might also have to collect a couple of fish along the way as well, because I'm running low on food. Ah, boats. There we go. All right, the cave was around this tree right here. I remember that. So if we just go on up this way, I think we should reach it. Yep, here it is. And I was right. There's lots of gravel. We're just gonna let that fall. And let's just collect up a bunch of this. I'm probably gonna end up using at least like 2 stacks of coarse dirt. So we're gonna need quite a bit. It's kind of a pain that a lot of this is turning into flint. I don't need that. Nothing is worse though than having a silk touch shovel. Or no, it's not silk touch. It's fortune. If you have a fortune shovel, it will just literally give you flint and flint only when you're gathering up gravel. It is such a pain. Fortune on a shovel is not great for collecting up gravel. All right. Got all of that gravel. There's got to be some more somewhere. We'll patch right here, just making sure there's no mobs around. Ooh, more coal too if we need it. Good to know. I think we're probably good on coal though. I grabbed quite a bit the last time we were here. This is a very large patch. Look at that. All right, we grabbed all the gravel from here as well. We've got 2 and a bit stacks, so I think we should be good with that. Pretty sure that's enough. So I think we should probably just head on home and just get that coarse dirt made. Off in the boat we go. Oh, before I forget, we have to remember, we gotta grab some fish too. Otherwise, I am gonna run into trouble with my food. I feel like we'll find a bunch close to home over here. Ooh, another gravel patch, just in case we need more. Good to know. Yeah, there's gotta be some around here. There we go. Lots and lots of fish. So let's just spend some time collecting up some more salmon. And then we should be good to go for food as well. Come on. Salmon can be so tricky to grab sometimes, because sometimes they like swim away really quickly. But I still stand that this is one of the easier ways to get food in the beginning. At least until you have like a bunch of cows or sheep at your base. This is definitely the best way. Plus, sometimes you get some bone meal out of it too. Come here. There we go. All right, the sun is setting. We've got 22 fish. I think that should probably be good. Except I got my eyes on you. You're swimming away. Oh, I got one. Gotcha. Nice, more bone meal. We actually got 3 pieces out of that. That's not bad. That'll definitely come in handy. I think we better get home though. Look at this build. So nice. We do need some lanterns to light it around here. We'll figure that out after though, because currently I still don't even have a door. So mobs can just walk in if they please. So we have a lot to fix. Alrighty, so now that we're back from our adventure, let's first pop in some of this food to cook, because I only have 1 left after I had to eat that last salmon. And I think what I'm gonna do is make some coarse dirt now. So thankfully we have a bunch of this dirt from terraforming, so this really came in handy. So let's just make a bunch. Oh my gosh, that made a lot. We're set, I think. We're gonna be okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start lining up the coarse dirt around here. Basically what I do is I line the paths with coarse dirt, basically just to make it look like, you know, the path has been walked on a bunch of times, so dirt gets brushed off over to the side, it looks worn in, and it kind of helps blend it into the grass as well. Then next what I'm going to do is also do the same thing for the build, because it just kind of helps ground the build into the landscape a bit more too. Bone mealing and adding more grass around here will help with that as well, and thankfully we've got quite a bit of bone meal, so we'll do that afterwards. Alrighty, I think that's looking good. That's a good amount of coarse dirt. Now all we really need to do is start bone mealing some of this. So usually what I do is I bone meal a patch and then I end up just like taking a lot away because we don't really need that much grass, just a little bit here and there. I don't want to overwhelm the space either, otherwise it just looks way too messy. Another thing that you could do, honestly, is just shear grass blades. So we could do something like this instead. That way you can place it on coarse dirt, but then also, and that way you could just be a little bit more meticulous with where you place this. It's pretty much up to you on how you want to do this. There's no right or wrong answer. Sometimes I do just end up shearing and placing grass if I don't have enough bone meal though. If we've got enough bone meal, then I just bone meal and just take away as needed. But I think that looks pretty good. Alrighty, so all of this is looking real nice. The only thing that I want to add actually is some fencing. So just line the path a little bit like this. Keep it relatively simple. Oh no, I got rid of that grass. That's okay. I think that still looks good. And the very last thing I want to do is add some lanterns around here. Oh, I almost forgot. That planter that I have over there, that's not complete either. So let's just craft up a sign and let's place that right there. Perfect. So another thing that I wanted to do before we wrap up the outside is I kind of want to replace some of the beams with barrels just to give a little bit more texture and kind of like ground the beams, if that makes sense. I'll kind of explain what I mean once I make them. What should we use? Let's use some birch slabs. And we'll just use these planks. So we'll craft up a bunch of barrels. And I also might... Do I have any more lanterns? Okay, I still have a couple. Perfect. So I might just place one here just as an excuse to put a lantern on it, because we do need some light on the outside of this build. I know I said I didn't want to overwhelm the space with too much like stuff, but I think a couple of barrel piles should do the trick. Honestly, maybe even not this one. I feel like this is even overkill. What if we do a lilac there? Nah, we don't need it. We don't need it. That one lantern should be enough for that area. But basically, what I want to do is remove the bottoms of the beams. Let me get my moss, because I'm too short. I can't reach it. So if we replace the bottoms of the beams with barrels. Oh, come on. There we go. It just kind of like grounds the beam a little bit more because it brings interest to the bottom of the build. It leads your eyes down and it kind of looks like a little bit more like solidified, if that makes sense. Looks a little bit like reinforced, I guess. That's probably the word that I'm looking for. Either way, I love doing this for builds that, that use spruce beams, because they just go together so well. You can't really do it with like, let's say like birch beams, dark oak beams. They don't really go together, but I find with spruce, it's perfect. So let's just get that done on all the beams all the way around. Like that. And we'll get these two. I don't think I'll do it for the bay window just because that's literally just 2 beams. So it's not really necessary. But on the main structure, totally. And how's this looking? See what a difference that made. That looks so good. I love it. So cute. Just brings in a little touch of detail there. All right, so I would say the outside is pretty much all complete, and I think this looks fantastic. I'm super happy with how this has turned out, which means we have to start on decorating the inside of the build. Now this space is going to be a little tricky because it's kind of small, but I think we can still make it look nice. So I'm going to start by grabbing some spruce planks because I'm going to have to fill in the ceiling and all that stuff. And you know what we need? I think it's about time that we finally get ourselves a proper door. I have been existing here without a door, and you know what? It's time we change that. Okay, so what are we working with in here? What are we working with? So, I think what we need to do is start things off by covering up this ceiling. And, oh, you know what? Let's just pop the torch up there, just in case. I don't think mobs would spawn anyway, but I'm always extra careful about that because I'm a little bit scared. I don't want mobs spawning anywhere in my house. So we've got a pretty high ceiling, which is great because this is a small space, so we need all of the space we can get to work with. Now, what do we do? What do we do? I actually weirdly think the bed kind of works in this space. Maybe what we could do instead, though, is grab like an upside down stair so we have like a headrest or something. So instead we could have something like that. And then the bed here. Maybe a lantern on top right here. And then in the corners here, we do have foundation. Now, do these poke through? They don't. Okay, this is perfect. I can just fill this in with floor. Amazing. So we're going to fill that in. And I think on either side, can I make this into like a fancy bed? Perhaps? Whoops. It's gonna have to break this for a second. You know what? I can break this too. Okay, this is all gonna work out. You know what? Change of plans. Get rid of this. Bring this in, so it's like a nice little awning. Just kind of like seals up this space here. I need a trap door though. We're gonna have to start moving all this stuff in too. So we'll do that. Honestly, that as well, just to cover up that cobble. And I think that looks pretty good. So, actually another thing that we could do is barrels as well, maybe going all the way to the top. But I kind of like that little bit of shape right here. Otherwise, it might look a little bit too flat with the barrels. Almost wondering. Maybe we do a barrel on either side like that. Then we could put like a flower pot here or something else. I think that looks pretty cute. So we've got a little bed space, which is nice. And now, I think what we're gonna need is just like a spot for furnaces and a spot for like just storage. This is a very, very basic starter house. So I would say as long as we have the essentials in here, while making it look cute, then we're good to go. Now, the problem is, we do have this little basement space right here, but honestly, I don't even know if we should utilize it. I don't know. Is it worth it? We could have like a little trap door that goes down into like a basement part, and that's where like the storage is. That could be kind of cute, actually. If we just like break that out, get rid of the flooring in here. Or not the flooring, the grass. Maybe leave this part filled in though, because this is an awkward spot. So literally all we do is just like seal that off, you know? Just, nobody needs to know that's there, you know? It's okay. If you don't need the space, just cover it up. And then what we can do here is replace the floor with some like spruce planks. Just keep it simple, you know? So if we have, it's like 2 blocks high. I think that should be enough for like a little furnace area, you know? And in this area, we can place a little crafting table. Oh, you know what I should probably do? I should probably fix up all this stuff too. We gotta fix up the walls. But I also do need a ladder to get in and out of this space. This will be like a little nook with a ladder. I think that's kind of cute though. Here, let me break this. Place this here so I don't have to keep breaking the stairs. And there we go. Okay, so if we want to fill in the basement, we should probably fix the walls up first. So I'm just going to grab some of the bricks and all the cobble that we were using. And we might as well use the space. Honestly, I feel like since this is such a small build, being able to have like a little spot down here for just some like furnaces, a bit of extra storage, that would actually go a long way. It would make this starter build definitely a lot more usable. So let's just fill in the walls so it all kind of blends together nicely. And like I said, we're just gonna leave that space empty. And I think this is perfect. So, since this is a little basement, I'm kind of thinking we keep it as simple as possible. Let's do, you know what? Let's sort out the storage first. So we'll get a couple of double chests. The best part about this is that because this is a slab here, we can open it up. We don't have to worry about the chest not opening. So I'm going to start putting in all of our materials into these chests. And then we'll move this crafting table. Probably put it on this side. I'm thinking like a little workstation with the stone cutter, and then this will be like the storage wall. Do I have extra barrels? Let's see. I cannot see them for the life of me. Did I use them all? I feel like I wouldn't have. I feel like I just can't see them instead. Who knows, honestly. Either way, I'll make a couple more barrels, and then we can place them on that wall as well. So let's do a couple of... Oh, I can't even make the barrels yet. That's okay. I'm going to stash away some of our building materials just to get them out of our hands. We could also do chests here, but honestly, I like the look of barrels better, so... They basically are the same thing, though. They give you the same amount of storage. I do need these birch logs, though. So we can do a couple barrels. Let's do one here and one here. And then in these barrels, I'm just going to put, like, all of the random stuff, I guess. Kind of like the glass, all of our coal. I'm not going to be super organized, because at the end of the day, this is a one-off world. If we were in this world for a little bit longer, I'd probably try to make it a little bit more organized, but I think this is good just for what we're doing right now. So let's grab all of this moss, all of the leaves and stuff. We can put that in there too. And all this stuff. Oh my gosh, we have lots and lots of stuff that we collected along the way. So... all of the moss can go in with the dirt, same with the leaves. This is kind of more of like a junk chest, I guess. Throw all of the random stuff in there. And then what we should probably do is grab these furnaces as well. Oh, also my food's cooking. Perfect. Oh, this isn't even done. Let's just toss in a couple logs to get that all finished up. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break at least this furnace and this furnace. Probably the stone cutter too. Grab a couple of items that we can decorate with. And let's go back into the basement. So what I'm thinking is maybe a little wall of furnaces right here. Keep it super simple. And then on this wall, pop the stone cutter down. Put a little stair there for a table. And why don't we go with a nice little lantern? Oh yeah, I can't place it there because it's a slab. That's okay though. That is perfect. So, is there anything else we can place here? I don't want it to be too cramped, so I'm like a little bit reluctant to put stuff on this wall. If anything, I'd put like a little like barrel storage pile, but even this is kind of cutting it close, especially because this is so cramped. So I think we just like keep it super simple and just let it be, honestly. So we've got a little spot where we can cook everything up. We've got our spot for all of our storage, and I think that's probably good. What was I gonna put in here? Because all of this stuff actually belongs here now, technically. Maybe just like some more building materials? Like all of the wood and stuff can go in here? We actually have quite a bit of space now. I think that's good. Okay, cool. So we've got storage and stuff down here, which is perfect. Now that leaves a little bit of extra room here for us to kind of like decorate it a little bit nicer. Because then we don't have to worry about like all of the utility stuff, you know? So we'll grab the remaining fish. Grab this. And boy, oh boy, our inventory. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's quite a bit of stuff. So I think maybe I should spend some time organizing it all. And then we can finish decorating all of the other spots of the house. Alrighty, we got the last remaining bits right here. Just gonna break this chest. And everything is now all cleaned up. Well, except I've got to put this stuff away first. So let's do that. I don't know what to do with these diamonds, honestly. I don't really need them at this point. Like, it's nice to have, but I don't know. There's just nothing to do with them. I am, however, gonna take this clay and start burning some of this up. I just want to use it for, like, decorative pots and stuff around the build. Okay, so how much of this has burned up? We've got approximately 2 bricks. That is not enough. There we go. Okay, 3. Now we can make a little pot. And we can slowly start decorating this place. Is it nighttime? Oh, it totally is. I'm gonna sleep just in case. Not that we really need anything outside, but just gives me peace of mind. So, with this area all pretty much ready to go, ready to be decorated, I think what I need to start off with is building something that will like block this little nook into the basement. Because I don't want to be falling down into it each time. I'm kind of thinking maybe we do like a small, like half wall of trapdoors possibly. I think that could look kind of cool. So we could block it off with something like that on this side. Actually, you know what? Wait, I've got an idea. I'm cooking. We can do something like this. Maybe we can make like a little breakfast nook, you know? So we do a little seating area. We've got our little table. What should I make my table out of? Maybe some birch would be nice. We'll use a pressure plate for that. So we've got a little nook to have breakfast. And then what we can do is extend the wall like this from the chair. Ta-da! You know what? That actually kind of works. That looks good. So on this side though, since space of course is very limited, like we said, kind of think we should do like a little open wardrobe or something. Got lots of barrels to be able to do that. Same with chests. And I think what we should simply do is something like this. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Uh-oh, no! Gotta make a new axe. How do I get down? Sometimes I cannot get down from ladders. I don't know why. It's a struggle every time. All right, we've got tons of iron that we actually haven't used. You know, it's always better to have more materials than like none. Having none and having to like run back and forth is the worst, so I'm glad we grabbed so many on our adventures today. All right, so I think I'm gonna do something kind of similar. I don't know. Is that good? Should I maybe like close this off with barrels like this? I feel like that's kind of cool. So what I want to put in here, honestly, is maybe some glowberries. The problem is we don't really have materials to make things like bookshelves and stuff, so we're a little bit limited in some ways, but we can still make this relatively cute. Not relatively, very cute, actually. So we'll do some shelving right here. Like a little lantern. We definitely need some more light in this space. In this window, we could probably do a pot of some sort. So we'll grab some more of these. And then, so I'm thinking maybe armor stand here or armor stand here. I don't know if that would be too cramped. Now to make an armor stand though, I think we need smooth stone. I'm pretty sure. So we've got to cook some up in here. Put these bricks away. And just let this cook. All right, let's take that, put it into the stone cutter, and I think it's just smooth stone slab. We'll grab this. And where can we put this? The thing with armor stands is I'm pretty sure you can put it on a slab. I don't remember exactly how, but putting it on like a deep slate slab would look kind of cool, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, it just goes on there. I don't know why you can do that, but with armor stands you can, which is very interesting. I think that looks cool. Is that too cramped for the entryway though? I don't think so. I think that's nice. Whoops. And then in the wardrobe, what we can do, we've got these glowberries. I feel like those would look super cute. So I'll pop those there. And then maybe another flower pot with all of the bricks that we have. Just fill this place up with flowers. Perfect. Alrighty, I think we are on to the finishing touches of this build. This build has come a long way. It's a small one, but hey, I think we fit quite a bit in here. This would be like a great little starter house for like very early game. So we got a ton of wool from the sheep, and I think what I want to make is some paintings and also some rugs if I can. So the paintings, I want to put one here. We got to do the elf guy, obviously. He's the best. And then maybe one. Oh, I also kind of forgot. I was going to be playing this on the latest update, 121, but I am still on 120 by accident. I clicked the wrong instance. So I noticed that when like the dog wasn't like one of the new dogs. I was like, what's going on here? I definitely clicked the wrong thing. That's okay though. We can vibe with these old school paintings. These ones still rock though. So we'll do this one. And that. And that. That looks good for that wall. And then maybe on this one, I don't know if I want like a full-size painting here. Is this too much? I feel like that's a bit much for that wall, you know? You know what? Instead of a painting, how about we do this? Let's just get a little lantern or something. Do I not have any more lanterns? Where am I putting things? I keep forgetting. Maybe I don't have them. But that's okay. We've got tons of coal. Got lots of iron, so we can just make more. Let's just use these torches up. There we go. No sweat. So I think I'm gonna place it right above the armor stand. Oh, also, if we have this armor stand, well, we need some armor on it, of course. I love how I never made any armor to go into the caves. Only for display. That's it. Sorry. Armor for functionality? No. Armor for aesthetics? Yes. Alright, that looks cool. Sweet. You know, if we had armor trims, oh, that would look even better. I love armor stands. They just add so much to a build. Alright, this is looking pretty cute though. I think what we need is just like a little bit of carpet here and there, especially by the bed, you know? Like when you get up in the morning, you want your little toes to be toasty. Alright, so the very last thing that I want to put in place are some flowers. That's pretty much all we need left to make this starter home all nice and pretty. So I think what we need to do is, what do we have here first of all? You know what? Spruce saplings look really cute. I do like the poppies. However, I did see some lily of the valley somewhere over here. Pretty sure. Right by our boat. Ah, there it is. Perfect. All right. This is one of my favorite flowers. I love it so much. That and the lilacs. Those two look really nice together as well. So maybe if I grab a couple, we can put some outside of the build too, because they do look really nice. So let's grab a couple of these. Head on back. So we'll toss just a couple around here. Nothing too fancy. Not too many. Just a few. And then finally, for our very last decorations in the build, we'll put one here. We'll put a poppy... Oops. Maybe here. And finally, we have our spruce sapling. And I think that's pretty much it. Look at that. We finished this build. Okay, let me just sleep really quickly. Then we'll head to bed. Wow, I can't believe it. We're all done. Oh, you can't see me. It's the armor stand in the way. How are we all done? That's wild. We'll head to bed and then we'll do like a little tour, some final thoughts and all that stuff, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so here is our fantasy house. All right, so here is our fantasy style house. How about we go into free cam really quickly just to get a couple other angles of it, just so we can see it a little bit better. And yeah, I love how this turned out. This is so cool. It's very cozy, it's very whimsical, and you know what? I'm really happy that we built this in the birch forest. I think it's looking fantastic amongst all the birch trees. So let's do a little walkthrough of this area. I mean, the roof, I think that was the biggest challenge for me. I don't typically do like little swirly designs or anything, but now that I know how, I would definitely like to implement this into more of my builds. I think it looks super cute. Another detail, it kind of got lost because of the tower and stuff, was kind of bringing this down into the center here and then raising it back up. I think that also really helps with the detail of the roof. Especially, I think it would look good on a bigger build because it'd be more dramatic. So I'd definitely like to try that out again on like a future build. But I think this one looks so cool. I'm very happy with it. I'm happy even though the tower kind of got in the way of that design on the roof. I'm happy we placed that there because it just looks super nice, like tucked right in the middle there. Same with the chimneys. I think it just adds so much detail to the build. And I'm glad we built out these extensions. Even the bay window, it just adds a little bit of extra shape to this build and just kind of helps it look less flat. So super, super happy with that. We did just a bit of basic detailing on the pathway and stuff. I really don't think this build needed that much decoration around it, especially because, like I said, this is kind of like a one-off and it's just a cozy little cottage. So just sticking a couple flowers around it, maybe like a barrel and some lighting. That's all it needs, I think. So the outside, that's all good. Looking great. Now on the inside, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Honestly, I find building in really small spaces can be quite a challenge, especially if you're trying to give the build like a lot more purpose than just having like a bed and a workstation, it's really hard to fit in like little lifestyle and living spaces as well. But we managed to get a cute, cozy little breakfast nook in here. We got some paintings to decorate. I would have loved some bookshelves and possibly some item frames as well. But honestly, I didn't really deal with any cows or anything. I probably should have, since I think there were some around here. I don't quite remember, but that's okay. I'm still really happy with what we worked with. It's kind of nice to limit yourselves in some ways because it can be a challenge in and of itself, right? So even though we didn't have everything we necessarily could have wanted, we still made do with what we had, and I think it looks super cute. Love the armor stand. I think that's always a great piece to add in living spaces. I love making little like wardrobes and nooks, especially when you put like item frames or paintings behind what's in front of them. I think that adds nice detail. Glowberries are also a great one to have. They add like nice texture, also lighting as well. This trapdoor. It's causing issues, but that's okay. I still love how this looks. We could also actually, we could have swapped that out for like, not a trapdoor. This is a pressure plate. We could have swapped it out for a trapdoor, but that's fine. I still like it. And now, of course, for downstairs, this is super simple. Just like a basic workstation. We got our stone cutter, crafting table, got a place to cook some stuff, and we've got a little bit of minimal storage. But hey, it actually ended up working out just fine. We got pretty organized towards the end. That's not bad at all. So yeah, I mean, this is a really tiny house, but I'm quite happy with how we were able to fit in so many things into this build. Like, it actually ended up working out quite nicely. So yeah, that is pretty much our fantasy cottage, and I am super happy with how it turned out. I think it's looking great, and I would definitely love to build in this style again. It was a really nice challenge for me. The roof was definitely the big thing that I wanted to challenge myself with today, and also kind of like adding in a bunch of little details and shape wherever I could, and I think I succeeded. It looks really cool. So yeah, super, super happy with it. All right, everybody, I think that is gonna be it for this long play. Thank you all so much for coming along on this journey with me and building out this really nice house. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing because it really helps out the channel, and leave a comment to let me know what you would like to see next. All right, with all of that, thank you all so much again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!